Back. Tier list. Week 3. And you might be able to see the first two teams if you can tell. But yeah, we're just going to get straight into it right before Thursday. It's a nice game. We got the Falcons, the Bears, the Texans, the Jets, and the Jaguars. Those are the 5 teams in the top 5 pick category. According to this right before the Thursday night game. I already said that. It's Thursday at 10:15 a.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, the reason I have the Falcons there, if I'm going to be honest, the Falcons, the Bears, the Texans, and the Jaguars, I expected all of them to have a top 5 pick before the season even started. So that's why I have all 4 of them there. I still don't think that's changed. You look at this. The Bears have a win. The Texans have a tie. The Jaguars have a win. And then the Jets, I know it's dirty putting them there, but you got to look at what the Jets did. They beat the Browns and all, yeah, but that only really became a thing because of a muffed onside kick. So that's the only real reason the Jets have a win. Next, we have just their teams I don't really think are competing. Top 5 pick, by the way, are teams I think will have a top 5 pick in the draft, or at least their original pick. I don't know, if any of these teams don't have their first round pick because they traded it away. But yeah, these are the teams that are going to finish with the 5 worst records. Next, we have just there. I have Washington, Seattle, the Giants, Panthers, the Titans, the Browns, and the Broncos. Washington, I just can't be sold on you. Unfortunately, you've looked pretty good so far your first 2 games, but that's not enough to convince me. Seahawks, you looked great your first game. You looked very bad your second game. Consistency is needed, and you're the Seahawks, so I don't think you're going to do a whole lot, even if you are consistent. Giants, you're 2-0, but you've played the Panthers, who I also have in this category, and the Titans, who are also in this category. So, I can't be sold on you even though you're 2-0. One of the 6 teams who are 2-0, by the way, because you haven't done much to impress me. You've won by 2 points and 1 point so far against OC. Panthers, just as I mentioned, you lost to the Giants. It's fine. The Giants seemed like they could be a good team. You also lost to the Browns barely. It's concerning for you because you're a great roster, but no one really expected much. And then the Titans, this is very concerning. You were the AFC 1 seed last year. You lose to the Giants, and then you get blown out by the Bills. Very concerning. Browns, you lose to the Jets. That's the only reason you're down here instead of in barely missed, even though you didn't really lose. And the Broncos, probably the best roster out of all of these 7 teams. But you just can't get points on the board, and you can't win games if you don't score points. So, yeah. Now in wild card, teams I think will make the playoffs, barely miss. Teams I don't think will make the playoffs will be right there. We have the Cowboys, the Cardinals, the Lions, the Colts, the Steelers, and the Bengals. Cowboys, you pick up a nice win over the Bengals, but unfortunately, I don't think Cooper Rush is going to give you that good enough record to where Dak Prescott comes back and he'll have a easy time delivering you to the playoffs. Cardinals, even though you got an impressive win against the Raiders, come from behind victory, I don't think that's saying a whole lot when you got blown out by the Chiefs. That's one of the best teams in the league, so you should probably be putting up a fight with them if you want to make a run in the playoffs. Lions, you put up a good fight against the Commanders. You actually won the game. You actually played very well, but the only issue was you let them come back. Luckily, they didn't win, but you let them come back, which is concerning. Colts, you still have one of the best rosters in the league. You lost to the Jaguars. Yeah. I don't really care. You do not play well against the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That's just a known fact. And also, you were missing some of your receivers, so we can chalk it up to that as an excuse. But if you lose next week's game against the Chiefs, which I completely expect, but if you get blown out, then we're going to be talking about, yeah, you guys probably aren't as legit as people seem you are. Also, I believe Shaq Leonard is out, which is a huge injury for him. Steelers, you guys lost to the Patriots. You beat the Bengals. That's honestly pretty good. I just don't really see you guys being a good second half team. I feel like you're going to have a great first half, of the season, you're probably going to be, say we'll go to week 10. Your week 10 record, I don't know when your bye is, you'll probably be either 6-3 or 7-3, in my personal opinion. And I don't see you finish. I maybe 9-8 is your best record. That's just me. And the Bengals, I'm gonna have to keep you up here because you did make the Super Bowl last year. But man, you have been underwhelming so far. Even though you've lost both games by a field goal, very underwhelming. Now we have wild card teams I think will make the playoffs but won't really compete. We have the Saints, the Niners, the Vikings, the Packers, the Patriots, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Ravens. Saints, you put up a good fight against Tampa. Honestly, people might be saying, oh, all this, all that about the Buccaneers. Let's look at the quarterback comparison. No one really gives a crap that Brady's finger's hurt, all right? Boo-hoo, Brady's finger's hurt. Jameis Winston played with 4 fractured ribs, and you guys are going to make the excuse probably if Brady lost, it was because of his freaking pinky finger or whatever. No. No. That's not how it works. You have Mike Evans being stupid, always charging at Marshall Lattimore. He's suspended a game, which, as a Packers fan, that's going to do me wonders, but I still think they're going to lose. So, good job, Packers, on losing preemptively. But yeah, Saints, I think you guys are fine. But I just don't see you competing, especially without Sean Payton. I don't know your coach's name. I forgot it, simply put. But I don't think he's Sean Payton level. 49ers, I don't really know why I have you down here. This is probably me thinking Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo is back, and sorry, Trey Lance, but Jimmy Garoppolo is way better than you. Way better. I think the 49ers are probably going to make a deep run to playoffs again, potentially. But the thing with the 49ers are they're that iffy team. I feel like they're either going to be a wild card exit or they're going to be competing. That brings us to the Vikings. Same with them. They've always kind of been either an early playoff exit or they've competed and got blown out later in the game in the playoff. The Vikings have looked great though. Besides that Week 2 game, Week 1 they looked dominant. Week 2 they got shut down with, Darius Slay being injured, shutting down Justin Jefferson, getting 2 picks. Vikings, that's not a great look. Maybe, just maybe, we found a solution for stopping Justin Jefferson. Maybe? Packers, you guys are the Packers. You'll be fine. You'll definitely make the playoffs for sure. You got Aaron Rodgers. Now, the issue is, like every year with the Packers, how are they going to do? Are they going to, lose in the championship? They're going to lose in the division? Or are they going to get the 1 seed again? I just don't know with the Packers, man. But I think they're definitely playoff potential. I just don't think they're much of a contender. And their roster might say otherwise, but that defensive roster is amazing, but the receivers lacking. The run game, stellar. It's just, with recently bias, the Packers always find a way to choke in the playoffs. Now we have the Patriots. It's the Patriots. They got Bill Belichick. I think they're always going to compete even with Bill Belichick. As long as they got Bill Belichick, they're competing. Whether that's barely missing the playoffs or making the playoffs. Raiders, you guys are great. You so far lost both games that you've played by very good teams. It's just very close games as well, so you guys should be fine. Chargers, you guys should be fine as well. You lost to the Chiefs barely, so don't sweat it. And the Ravens, you choked to the Dolphins. But the Dolphins, I think, are a top team in the league as well, so you get a pass as well. Finally, Super Bowl, we got the Eagles, the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Bills. 5 of the undefeated 6 teams. Eagles, you guys have looked great both your games. You had a good one over the Lions. You did let them come back, but ultimately, you still beat them. And then you blew out the 49ers. I won't say blew out. It was 17 points. But, 49, I'm saying for Vikings. The Vikings didn't look good that game. Rams, you won the Super Bowl. I'm going to keep you high just because of that. Buccaneers, you have Tom Brady. I'm going to keep you high just because of that. But once again, I will reiterate this. You cannot use Brady having an injured finger as an excuse. That does not count. Brady has it all. He has a day off, and I don't even think he used it. He has everything he could possibly want, and more. And you guys still find ways to suck his dick and try and give him excuses. No. Not this year. He's looked below average so far this season, especially compared to Brady's standards. But ultimately, on a team as stacked as the Buccaneers, I'm not worried for him. He doesn't have to do good. He has a good defense to carry him. Next, you have the Dolphins. Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. That's all you need. Look up the Ravens stats. Look at those 3 player stats, and that's all you need to know. Chiefs, they got Patrick Mahomes. They've looked great so far. Arguably the best team in the league, but that's where the Bills come in. Bills, they've 72 to 17 or something they've beat, and they beat the 1 seed last year, and the Titans, and the AFC, and the reigning champs, and the Rams. Bills are a scary team. It's going to be very heartbreaking if the Bills do not win a Super Bowl. For Bills fans, for everyone else in the league, if you're fans of any other team, it's going to be, how did the Bills not win the Super Bowl? Are they just not destined to win a Super Bowl? Yeah, I kind of skipped a beat on the Chiefs, though. They looked great. They beat the Chargers, and they blew out the Cardinals, 2 top teams as well. That's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Tomorrow, Friday, we have Bears franchise. And also on Monday, Bears franchise. On Tuesday, we have power rankings. On Wednesday, we have predictions. On Thursday, back to Thursday, we have tier list. That's going to go on until we reach the playoffs. Then we're probably going to do one more power ranking all 14 teams in the playoffs. And then we're going to predict the whole entire playoffs. We're not going to do a tier list. And that's going to be it. We're going to rank all 14 teams in the playoffs. And then we're going to have a predicting the whole playoff. And then that's it. That's done. Then we're going to probably shift focus on to Bears franchise. And we're going to try and bring back the Madden challenges that we did last year. Except, we're going to do it on Madden 23 this time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you next time, which will be tomorrow. Goodbye.